Definitely not in the market to go and view and then figure it out later. Because
Absolutely.
If you go,
But like DuPage, they're down at 12.
wow.
Oh, never mind. You don't have teenage kids. I shouldn't have said 6, 7. Anyway.
Hello, everybody. It is Melissa Colletti with eXp Realty.
And Danielle, Tully.
Yes, and we are girls that just want to sell houses and have fun. And today we are going to talk about the market.
Absolutely.
I've been meaning to ask Danielle this all morning. I talked to her about 10 times this morning, but before we met. But interesting. I read today on Redfin, I believe it was, that the market. What is the exact word? Stale housing market or something, or stagnant,
sure.
or however they worded it. I'll word it in Melissa terms. But you know what article I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts on that? Because I'd really like to know.
Well, as we've been seeing for several months now, national average or national statistics are not really, and they haven't. And I said a couple months. I mean, I could find many things over the last several years that our Chicagoland area did not track nationally.
Mm-hmm.
You know, back in the day when you were seeing $100,000 more, $50,000-$60,000 more over at list price, housing nationally, in South Carolina and Florida and Texas and California and all these places that were just seeing these booms, coastal towns and Tennessee and all this other stuff. We weren't necessarily seeing that. We were still seeing a slow progression of appreciation, but nothing that I would say would burst.
Yeah.
And now I think kind of nationally there is a bit of bursting for a lot of different reasons.
Of course.
But we are still kind of chugging along. Yeah. And so, yes, so that stat had 60 days is basically considered what they were referring to in that case. A stale market is basically 60 days, so 2 months on market without a contract.
Okay.
Yes. And that is not what we see here.
No, absolutely. Well, yesterday, I'm sorry I wasn't able to attend. I had prior engagements, but I'm so bummed that I missed it because yesterday's broker tour was like, well, how many houses were on there?
Oh gosh, I want to say 6, 7.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
6 or
How was that?
Oh gosh. Oh, never mind. You don't have teenage kids. I shouldn't have said 6, 7. Anyway.
I do have nieces though.
There you go. Sorry for anybody who's watching this with teenagers around and that whole discussion that's going to have to happen. But anyway, I think there was like 7 brokers. So there's a lot of houses coming on the market.
Yeah.
We are definitely in
different
the swing
ranges
of
of
things.
prices too.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
We're in the swing of things for our spring market, which I think is a little late to be honest, but we had kind of a terrible winter, I feel.
We did.
All of our winters are terrible, but this one I think was
We live in
really
the
bad.
Midwest, but yeah.
I know. I just have to get over it. But every year I'm caught off guard. I
Well.
know. Anyway, yeah, there was a lot coming on the market. All of them are probably going to go fairly quickly
Be
because there
absorbed fast,
is
yeah.
a demand. In
Yeah.
almost all of the houses I went to yesterday, it was, I'm going to send this to my client, and
Yeah.
my client's exactly it. And then it was, and then it was like, this is a little bit too much for my client. And then somebody else would be like, well, I've got some, and it was just like it was a lot of
just
conversation,
all day,
which is
yeah.
fantastic.
Well, this is it sounds like it's being set up for multiple offers.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, but it was just communication.
Of
between,
course,
the
yeah.
realtors, and I think that's a great thing.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, so Chicagoland's days on market, average days on market is 45 days.
Oh, so here, like in Oswego, because we're in Oswego today. I looked up the stats this morning, and their average days on market are 45 too. Or was it 42?
42.
42, yeah.
So 42, yes. So 42, which is a little high for Kendall County, but yeah, so that's a little high compared to Kendall County. Now that's like LaSalle County's at like 42 days on market, but like DuPage, they're down to 12.
Wow.
I mean, less than 2 weeks of
being on the market, getting some exposure.
Most houses, on average, again, or
12 days.
12 days. Median, actually, it's median.
Median.
Sorry, not
Well,
average.
median.
I'm using, and that is a difference.
There is.
Which is probably even better. But the median amount is 12 days. And so, I mean, again, that's still a highly seller's market. And that's okay.
Yeah.
But that gives it even more reason to have more exposure.
Right.
To make sure you're doing all the steps right before listing.
Right.
And then also as a buyer, having your ducks in a row.
Oh, it's so important to have
that
all your
you
ducks
just
in a row.
don't
Yeah.
find the first warm body, which isn't supposed to be happening anymore with our new contracts. But
yes,
finding the first warm body to get you into a house or going to an open house, you know, that's not necessary without being prepared.
Right.
Without having financing figured out, without having a game plan of what you're going to do.
Definitely not in the market to go and view and then figure it out later. Because
Absolutely.
if you go and view and you fall in love, you know, you could be competing with a handful of people that are already prepared and ready to go, as, you know, you have to start the process. I mean, it's fairly fast to get a pre-approval, but still, you just want to be prepared when you're out there looking.
Yeah,
Would be my
absolutely.
suggestion.
Absolutely. And then even that, so even the days on market, you know, it's one thing to be slow days on market, but one of the other things that goes hand in hand to show again what kind of a seller's market it still is that in all of those counties, we're looking at list price to offer price being in the 98 to 100% range.
So are you trying to say if I want to go see a house that's 500, my budget's 500, and I want to offer 430, that's not going to happen?
No. In most cases, again, houses, but those are probably the houses that are over that, not necessarily stale, but over the average days on market, might be houses that have something keeping it from, and it could be
lots of
being
factors.
overpriced.
Yeah,
it could be
lots of
overpriced. There's a
factors.
lot of other things that go into it, but then again, that's always overpriced if it's not updated enough, or it doesn't show well, or has a weird scent.
Well, that's
or
why
whatever.
you get a realtor, right? They guide you and tell you things to look out for, red flags and whatnot.
That'll be our. That was lovely.
Yeah,
Melissa.
I
Way to
just
go.
slid that in
She
there.
got that
I DM'd it? Is that what they say?
in. Wow. Yeah. No, that's going to be a future one that we're doing about red flags.
Yeah.
But hey, wait a.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Well done. Calling that back.
Yeah, but anyway, with all this being said, if you're looking to buy now or in the near future, please reach out to Danielle or myself. We'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have, or just to have a conversation about whatever. We're very resourceful.
And please reach out to us or put in the comments here questions that you have about the market.
We can address those.
We can be very specific. You know, you could be very specific about what county or area that you are in, town, whatever city that you are in, and we can help you with that. Or if you have, just general questions about the market, general questions about buying or selling, we will want to address what the general public, with the consumer out there is thinking, questioning, unsure of, and want to make sure that we address that. So please.
And it's good to know, from our standpoint of how you guys are feeling, what's going on, questions.
We want to have our pulse on the market. There you go.
Right. Okay, well, you guys have a good day, and thanks for watching.
And see you on the next video.